Hey guys, welcome back to Get Into It with Jason Hook with me, your host, Jason Hook. Again, we got the glare. We got a bunch of shit in front of me, and we're going to get into it. With what we're listening to, it's the Absolute Power LP. Now, this came out on Youth Attack last year, 2016. And this band's going to kind of tie into some stuff for tonight and some stuff I've shown in the past. On the back here, the lineup, see Andrew, he sang for Bones Brigade and Cut the Shit, who I talked about. You have Will Killingsworth here, who has produced and been in bands, recorded bands, mastered bands, been in a bunch of bands, some stuff I'm going to show tonight. You got Mark McCoy right here, who is in Charles Bronson and The Oath, who I talked about in my last video, the 10-inch and the 9-inch. So, it's a pretty awesome hardcore band. I love this cover art. I saw them once. I played a Planned Parenthood benefit I was at. But, the LP comes in this little sleeve. I think the name of the record might be Law and Other Crimes. I'm not even 100% sure. It might just be Absolute Power. I'm not sure. B-side, just the lyrics. B-side, the other side of the insert. This is going to be a pretty fast one, so it might be another record later, but that's Absolute Power. Alright, so I went to a couple of record stores the last a week before Christmas and a week after and bought a bunch of stuff. The next couple of videos will be a mix of everything I bought. But the first thing I want to show you, I got this at Armageddon in Boston. This is the Blood, False Gestures for a Devious Public. This is actually a repress. This is a early 80s UK like punk oi band that's really awesome. And I don't know, for some strange reason they kind of seem to fly under the radar with all the stuff that was out at the time. I mean, they did have an EP on No Future, but here's the back here. Now the thing about the repress here is the last song on the A side, which is called Suicide, and the last song on the B side, which is called Homicide, aren't on the original LP. They're actually one song from Megalomania from a single and Stark Raving Normal from a single. But these are both really well-known Blood songs. They just left off the other songs on the singles. And the singer went by various different names. Here he's listed as the Cardinal. But I believe he was also listed as like Cardinal Jesus Hate and stuff like that. He wore a pontiff's hat, like the Pope hat. They played here about, I want to say it was like 4 years ago. And it was alright. I mean, it wasn't that great. I believe the Cardinal might have been the only original member. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But this is like UK 82 punk oi. There's a piano on some of the songs. There's actually a saxophone in a song. It's actually really awesome shit. I can't recommend it enough. Megalomania is an amazing song. Stark Raven Normal is an amazing song. Gestapo Kazi is a great song. Sewer Braid, Waste of Flesh and Bone. These are all just really awesome, like oi influenced punk from, I believe this is 1983. I wrote it down. Yeah, 1983. This is a 2014 repress. But I haven't even really seen these either. Like, that's why when I saw it at Armageddon, I ripped it right out, because even an original, I've never seen an original press of this. And it's not, I looked it up on Discogs, it's not a real crazy expensive record, you just don't see them. But the back here, it says right here, play loud or don't bother. I thought that was cool. Tell it's a repress because it's got this dumb thing, what they call them. But it's just black vinyl. The labels here to say the Blood. I know there's a red version of this that I found out about. And then the insert's just black with lyrics on it, with the thank you, the little thank you list. But I don't know if this is the 83 or 2014 thank you list. But anyways, that's the Blood, False Gestures for a Devious Public. Again, a great record. Kind of hard to find for me. I don't know. Some of you out there might have found one of these, original press one of these. I've never seen one. I have a shirt with this on it, but it's too small, so it sucks. I rolled it up and put it in the old Tupperware bin. Next we have the Simulators record, Loud Fast Rules. This isn't actually Loud Fast Rules. This is a live recording from 1981 from North Carolina that was released on a cassette in 1982. This is early 80s New York punk. If you recognize this guy right here, that's Harley Flanagan, who played bass in the Cro-Mags. He's in, I think, Harley's War, and I think he's doing the Cro-Mags, like his version of the Cro-Mags. But he was in this band when he was 11 or 12, featuring 12-year-old Harley Flanagan Cro-Mags. In the back here, it's just got a little story about who they were, and some flyers. There's some Bad Brains right there. But these guys were kind of doing like a 77 punk sound in the early 80s. I believe it says right here the singer, or the it might be this lady right here. I think she might be Harley's aunt. If I might be wrong, or she might be somehow related to him. She was in England when the 70s blew up, like in England in the 70s when punk blew up, and came back to New York and started this band. As I previously said, the quality's not that great on it. It's definitely a live recording. They do cover Kiss Rock and Roll All Night, which you can hear Harley saying that was a Kiss song afterwards to the crowd. You can hear a little bit of the crowd noise in the background, but it's definitely a cool record to have. An original set, like the Loud Fast Rules was originally released as a 45. It's a 2-song 45 that sells for like $600. And they put out another EP called Machine, which is it's like $300, $400 record. So one day I'll own those. One day. But yeah, it's 2 EPs, and then this tape was pretty much all they did. This was put out on Roar, which I'm going to say wrong. But it's, they put out the Bad Brains stuff in the early 80s out of New York. It stands for Reach Out International Records. But yeah, that's the Simulators. Loud Fast Rules. Again, this is a live record. This is it's got the 2 songs from Loud Fast Rules, but it's a live record from 81. And I got this at a store called Deep Thoughts in Jamaica Plain, which I'd never been to before. That's fucking awesome. I went to the Boston Hassle, which is you guys should all be looking at that site right now. And they did like a DJ night on the Thursday before Christmas. I was just all punk and hardcore. So I went to that and checked it out and hit up this record store and grabbed this. I also grabbed this there too. This is a weird bootleg. This is the Necros IQ 32 plus a live set in 1981, which is in O'Bannon's in Chicago. This is just black vinyl, so I'm not going to pull it out. It's definitely a boot. It just says A and B. There's nothing on the labels. But this is glued on to a black sleeve, a black like cardstock sleeve in the back. But this back one's real loose and keeps falling down. But it's on. See, it just did it. It's on Recollect Records. It says handmade cover, limited edition. I don't know like the pressing of this because it's definitely a bootleg. These guys are from Monmouth, Ohio, which I think I've talked about in the past. Touch and Go was out of there for a while. I know I'm probably saying the name of the city or town wrong, so anybody from Ohio watching this, feel free to set me straight. But this is classic early 80s American hardcore, short, fast songs like blast, 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 like Public High School, IQ 32, Peer Pressure is on here. I Hate My School, you can tell how old they were when this came out. The original Necros IQ 32 7-inch is just like the Simulators record I was talking about, is a big money, big get item that you don't necessarily see everywhere. So it was cool. I just saw this and grabbed it. I think it was $20, but the live quality is really good. And I actually found the YouTube video that I think is the same. I didn't watch it. I just kind of copied it to put in the description here. So I don't know if it's actual them playing live or it's just the audio with like Necros photos or whatever. But that's the Necros IQ 32 plus live 1981 in Chicago. And I told you the record was a fast one, so I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. So next I have this record. I picked this up at Armageddon the other day, and this is the D.D. King Standing in the Spotlight LP. This is actually a repress. For you guys that don't know, again, another Ramones related item, and to get into it, who would have thought? But D.D. left the Ramones in the late 80s and kind of changed his name to D.D. King and wanted to become a rapper. This has a Obi strip too, which is under the shrink wrap, so I haven't taken it off yet. But this record's been called the worst record ever recorded. I agree and don't agree for what it was, for what it is. I mean, the photos alone of Dee trying to be, I don't know what he's going for here. Little Run DMC with a heavy chain, but he's got like the leather vests and stuff. But this weird mix in here of like kind of like simplistic rap songs and then like kind of doo-wop songs, and then he does the Crusher here, which is a cover. I forget the original artist. It's about a wrestler, but the Ramones later went on to cover that. And Marky Ramone actually played drums on the songs with drums on with any sort of live song. That stuff that sounds like kind of like a generated beats. And excuse me. And Debbie Harry and Christine from Blondie's also on here too. And there's a song here called German Kid where he raps in German because I guess he was an army brat and grew up in Germany. It's weird stuff. I was gonna do a kayfabe thing here for you wrestling fans and talk about how it was the greatest rap record of all time, but I gave up on that. But it's a D.D. King. It's got him with the boombox here. It's got all the lyrics on the back. I believe it's just black vinyl. Yeah, it's just black vinyl with a Sire label. But original presses of this used to go for a little bit of money. I didn't even know it was repressed. I don't know what market they're going for besides people like me and my buddy Jay who wants one of these too. What's up, Jay? Just because of the absurdity of it. It's definitely a party record to throw on and kind of talk shit about with your buddies. But yeah, maybe I'll play this. I don't know. I might get hit with a copyright. It's on Sire. But anyways, this is D.D. King standing in the spotlight. So at this time too, D.D. was having a lot of problems with drugs, and you can kind of tell when you listen to the record. It's some songs are very slow. He sounds very out of it, like he can't form sentences. But anyways, check it out. I know some of you know what this is. I have no idea, but it's a D.D. King record. He went on to write songs for the Ramones too till the end, even though he wasn't in the band anymore, until he passed away in the early 2000s of a heroin overdose. Shock. But next thing we got here is something, another record I picked up at that Deep Thoughts store. And this is Freedom, USA Hardcore. This is a straight edge hardcore band from Detroit. It's on Triple B, which some of you guys might know. This is some like I never heard this before. I've seen this a million times. I've seen shirts. I've seen this record. I don't know, for some strange reason I didn't grab it, and I'm really fucking pissed I didn't. This is some very angry hardcore, old school. It doesn't touch in metal. Very agnostic front influence, early AF influence hardcore. And it comes in this cool thing here. The sleeve for the record is actually printed with just Freedom USA Hardcore with the barbed wire around it. And mine's on green vinyl. I think it's a repress. I'm not 100% sure. But these are like short, soft, short songs. I'll play this one after this. These are short songs, brutally angry shit. Awesome. Like, I think I listened to this 3 times in a row and then sent a link to my buddy. Excuse me. That he has to check this out. But it comes to this insert here. The best thing I love about this, I think I've mentioned this in the past when I'm talking about records here, you should just look at the shirts. You got an AF shirt here, you got a Negative Approach shirt, you got a Youth of Today shirt. He's wearing a press shirt right there, which is cool. UK Oi band. And on this side, you just got the lyrics kind of on a, looks like it's written on a typewriter. I'll show it real fast. The glare can't see it. The logo's here cool too, Freedom Hardcore, like kind of like the biker logo and the Triple B logo. But yeah, this band is really, I was surprised about how into them I was, and then I immediately got mad at myself for waiting so long to get this record. But we'll play this one. This will be the next on deck after Absolute Power. So here's another LP I grabbed here. This is I grabbed this at Deep Thoughts as well. I've never been to that store, and again, I'm a dope. But this is Devo live at the Orpheum in Boston, July 17th, 1980. And I think I also did find a YouTube of this recording that I'll put below. But this is on that label. If you watch a video I did a while ago, Bad Joker out of the UK, where it says limited to, manufactured in the EU, limited to 500. I mean, I don't know how legit that is. But this label seems to grab a lot of FM radio recordings and presses them onto vinyl, and they're really high quality. They're really fucking high quality. This was on This was played on WBCN for those in the New England or Massachusetts area. It's the classic, they don't exist anymore. They're sports talk now. But it was the rock radio station for a long, long time. And they broke a lot of bands. And they played, when I was a kid, I had BCN all day long. Grunge, Nirvana. They were like the first stations playing like Soundgarden and stuff like that in the late 80s, early 90s. But it's just black. He's got, simple labels with a Devo logo. But yeah, this is live in 1980 in the Orpheum in Boston. Played on BCN FM broadcast. If you guys see this Bad Joker stuff, Anyway, like I didn't bother to look up a website or anything, but I have a Ramones one from the '70s. That was on a radio in San Francisco. Just recorded kind of the same thing, but a San Francisco radio station. That's really good, like really high quality. Sounds great. They open up with "Whip It" after the Freedom of Choice theme. I mean, Gates of Steel's on here, which is one of my favorite Devo songs. Generic, I know, but they play everything you want to hear up into the everything they had in 1980. It's interesting they open up with "Whip It," but which might have, I believe, was a hit at the time. I mean, I'm not exactly sure when it came out. But they open up with the hit. But that's Devo, live at the Orpheum, Boston, July 17, 1980. I wasn't even born yet. WBCN FM broadcast. So the next little stack I think I'm going to show you is from, I did a little deal this label over in the UK was running called, why am I going to space on Italy? Am I going to screw this up, guys? Quality Control Headquarters. And they had a thing where it was 3 7-inches and 3 tapes for like X amount of dollars from the UK, so it was pretty good. So the first one here is this band called Big Cheese. The name of the record's Aggravated Mopery. This cover art was done by Andrew Fletcher, who is in the band Bird and a bunch of other bands. He lives down the Cape. So what's up, Andy? I don't know. He probably doesn't watch my videos. But that's definitely some Andy Fletcher artwork. You can tell from a mile away. So this one's limited to I think it's 300. It's on cheese yellow vinyl. And all the 45s came in these really thick, nice black record sleeves. So these guys have like a definitely New York hardcore feel, like a late 80s New York hardcore feel. They're out of the UK. I think they had a demo before this. This is their first 7-inch, I believe. It comes with this insert that opens up. So, I mean, it explains it all right here, if you guys can see. Guitar player is wearing an AF shirt. But it's got a little live shot here. Aggravated Mopery, Big Cheese. Then on the back, dropping everything. Just got the, come on fingers. It's got all the lyrics and it's in the cool art of a rat here. The thank you list and then the logo for Quality Control HQ. I'm going to leave a link to this label because they have some fucking killer shit. Shipping can be a little bit of a pain in the ass from the UK, but if you guys do, I have a lot of the records I've picked up over here that I didn't even realize that this label put out. And I think they also do a lot of UK pressing of US stuff, or like the original presses on this label, and then the US label picked it up and pressed it down the line. So they have a ton of stuff out. As you can see, I'm about to show you 6 things, and these all came out like I believe I got this right before Christmas. But that's the Big Cheese Aggravated Mopery EP. It's just got a live shot there. Slide this back in. And this is a heavy, thick vinyl, too. Thick vinyls with a Z. But I'm going to go put that record on, so I'll be back in 1 second. I'm back again. Sorry, guys. This is like this band Kind Crew. They have a cool long sleeve. I was psyched they had a fat guy size wide awake. And then on the back, let me pull my pants up. The back, it's got a live shot. But yeah, I picked that up when I saw him open up for Judge. But anyways, back to the records. And here. This actually came from Quality Control as well. This is Game, Who Will Play. This is a flexi, which I'm not a big fan of. I've just got Game, and it's actually double-sided flexi. And it just opens up into this. Now this is a band from the UK. I believe it's the UK. The lyrics are in the lyrics are sung in English and Polish. It might be someone of Polish descent in the UK. There's some pretty brutal, punch you in the face hardcore on here. I would say Japanese hardcore influence definitely, but it is on Quality Control HQ. There's a logo again right there. These just came out. I think you only get 3 songs on here. Let me see. Oh. 5 songs. The cover art's real cool, but this is Game Who Will Play Flexi. I'm looking for more from this band. It's recorded and mixed by Jonah. He's from Canada. I believe that's Jonah from career suicide in a million other bands. And, like I said, Will Killingsworth, who's in the first band I played, mastered this. He mastered a lot of stuff for this label. But that's Game who will play Flexi. I love that Carver art. They should make a Fat Guy size shirt with that. I'll wear it. But the last record I got from them, the last 7-inch I got from them, it's this band called Stages in Faith, Forgiving Man. I forgot the name of it. I literally just listened to this 2 minutes ago before I started the video. Again, it comes in this cool black sleeve. The record seems a little bit thicker than your average record. I could be wrong though. But it's just black vinyl, so there's the inserts, the center labels. So this band is very melodic. I want to use the word pop punk, but like older pop, not like Blink-182 pop punk, but like pop punk, like, you know, Leatherface pop, early Hot Water Music pop punk. But it's only 3 songs. Definitely some great stuff. I was into it. I have a soft spot for these kind of jams. I know some people will not probably dig this, but I'll throw the link up so you guys can check it out. By the way, we're listening to Freedom USA Hardcore. This is the right speed too. This guy's got a gruff voice. But yeah, so that's Stages in Faith, Forgiving Man. Definitely check this out if you're into melodic, like sings, like he definitely sings and that doesn't yell. There's some breakdowny parts, but they're not like moshy, but they are tight. You should definitely check this out. It's interesting. I think a lot of people, I know friends who would dig this and friends that wouldn't, but definitely give it a listen. I'll put a link below, and if you don't like it, whatever. If you do, tell someone about it. And then there's also 3 tapes involved in this too. So the first one I'm going to show you is this band called Imposter. I believe they're from the UK. There's nothing in here. It's a black tape with a sticker, which is an Imposter sticker. You know, same program, both sides. Absolutely no insert or anything. It's a 5-song demo. It's pretty awesome hardcore. Very fast, very feedbacky. But I want to say they're UK because because of the label they're on. But that's Imposter tape, demolition tape. Next we have Vile Spirit, which came along with this. I think all these 3 records and these 3 tapes literally came out on the same day, or they all came in one package for me. But the package deal was these 3, and there was only like 25 available, and it was wicked cheap. It was way less than if I bought them individually would have cost. But I don't know what's up. I'll leave a link for the site. So this is a 4-song, you know, Quality Control Headquarters logo. This stuff right here is some gruff hardcore. The vocals literally sound like gargled with razor blades and broken glass and vinegar. But it's the same as similar to the last tape. It's just a black tape with this sticker on it. It's a nice quality sticker. Just this one comes with a little insert here to with just the lyrics, a little live shot there. But this is like, I would say this is very close to Power Violence, the Power Violence sound, if you guys dig that stuff. But the vocals are insanely gruff, and I dug it. It's like, singer sounds like they're dying when they're singing these songs. Really short songs, real fast stuff. You can tell by if you look at, well, you can't really see, but there's almost nothing in this tape. But that's the Vile Spirit. I believe this is just a demo. And there's numbers on these. I wrote them down. There's 200 of these. These I'm not sure. So. Then the last tape they put out, this is the like I mentioned earlier about this label. I think they do a lot of UK pressings for US releases. So this is the UK pressing of the Fury 2017 promo, or promo 2017, where it's just 3 songs, including a cover right here, and the cover is by Ability. It's the song "Buried" by Ability. All profit from this release goes to War, Women Against Rape, and BWRAP, Black Women's Rape Action Project. So it's a charity tape, which is cool. This one's actually printed. It's a white tape with the stuff actually printed on it. Again, it's real short. I mean, it's 3 songs. So, and then the card here is just the lyrics. You know, it just has the lyrics of 2 songs and Buried, it says by Ability under it. I've never seen, again, mastered by Will Killingsworth. There he is again. So he's all over the stuff for this label, which is good because it sounds great. It sounds really great. These guys are from California. I know they have some other releases. It's actually the first thing I've ever owned by them. I've seen the name everywhere, similar to the Freedom record, but I never really got anything until now. So this came along in that package. It's New York hardcore influenced, with a little bit of a modern sound, like breakdowny vocals. The quality of the tape sounded a little strained to me. I don't know if it was my tape deck. I don't know if it needs a cleaning. The vocals weren't. The recording wasn't that great, but it could just be my tape deck. It's old, but that's a Fury promo 2017, and there is a U.S. version of this where I believe it's the recording. The profits all go to Planned Parenthood. So this might be the UK groups on this one, but this is the UK pressing of the tape. If you go through Quality Control HQ's list, their discography, there's definitely a lot of stuff that's like UK pressing, some US stuff, or stuff that I never knew was originally pressed on this. It's weird. You just have to check it out, but they have a lot of stuff out. And I'll leave a link for that. What do I got for time? Oh, I'm good. Just two more quick things here. So I ordered this book from Rev, but before I get to the book, they threw in this awesome picture disc for the new Templars record. This is gonna suck. I need to put something behind this because it's not gonna do it of how cool this looks. It's too dark. Whatever. It's for the new Templars record, and it's done on Pirates Press. I think this is actually an ad. There's like almost an ad right here. If you guys can't really see, for like Pirates Press. It says what you're holding in your hands is a first of a kind picture flexi. We have developed this technology to give you a product that sounds as good as a normal flexi with the visual benefits of our beloved postcard flexis. We hope like what you hear, see, and if you're interested in making one of these for your band or label, please get in touch. And then it's like visit the website. And then it's got a song off the new Templars record. The cover here is unreal. It's classic Templars art. This is a record played loud at 45 RPM. The name of the song is Forgotten Souls. Forgotten Sons, I'm sorry. Off the new Templars record, Deuce Vault. I know I'm going to fuck that up. I'm sorry, guys. And I don't have that new record, which kills me. But the Templars are a great band. It's an ad right. There's a picture of the new record right there. I saw some other people who ordered this shirt, and they didn't show this off, so I don't know if these were just randomly thrown in. I know there was like demos and stuff that were thrown in some, but this was awesome. Like I geeked. My wife was like kind of weirded out because of how hard I geeked off this, because it sounds good too and it looks cool. But that's the Templars, just a little promo flexi. If you guys can see these, definitely pick one of these up. So the book I wanted to show real quick, Jason's book nook here, is the Life.Love.Shirts book, which actually came out on, I believe the guy who wrote this is from Sweden or the UK somewhere, I want to say. I could be wrong. Again, sometimes I'm wrong. It's just it's me. Record's over, but we're almost done. But he pressed this a while ago, and I think he sold it himself. He sold it himself, and then Rev decided to press a copy of it. So I believe this is different than his other one. I don't have copies of his original because they sold out real quick. Or I just didn't get him in. I just didn't get one. But this is a really cool book. What it is different people. This dude's from bands, and there's just dudes that were just collectors and stuff from all over the world, just showing off their hardcore shirt collection. So here's a dude showing off all his Chain of Strength shirts. Might be a dude from Chain of Strength. Kurt Canalis. And then he has a little written thing here where he just talks about, shirts. And then, there's a dude here. There's more Chris Batten and Ryan Hoffman. Some more different Chain of Strength shirts. But if you're like a hardcore dork nerd like me, you've seen this stuff. Here's a dude from New Age Records, like crazy early Warzone shirt right here. And but it's just dudes just showing off this shirt collection with a little written thing where they talk about, where they grew up and when they got the shirts or what the shirts mean to them. Some sick long sleeves. Long sleeves coming back. 2018, year of the long sleeve. Some uniform choice shirts here. Awesome Straight Alert shirt here. But it's just people's different hardcore shirts. Mostly from, the Youth Crew explosion in the 80s. There's a bunch of Bad Religion shirts here. Most of it's from the late 80s. A lot of the heyday of stuff. Here's a cool old Strife shirt. 1994. I made this shirt for New Hope. Strife, Wide Awake, bro. There's a cool brother. His Unbroken shirts here. It's just, again, dork fuel for idiots that like hardcore, like me, and don't own any of this stuff. Like, oh, here's a Bold shirt, Smorgasbord Records shirt. Just, again, people just showing off their shirts, which I think is cool. I know a lot of people probably stop watching, or their eyes are rolling in the back of their head here. But his Scott Vogel from Terror showing off his Despair shirts, the Crunch one. I remember seeing some of this stuff when I was younger. He came home from his job at a supermarket and told me he found a purse with $1,000 in it and asked if you could put out a Despair 7-inch. Of course we said yes. I remember him shipping that record and these shirts out to places all over the world. It was true DIY stuff going on. It was fun with no bullshit or competition. The Despair Crunch shirt was designed and printed by Guitarist Joe. Lots of bands at the time were doing these type of rip-off shirts, and this was ours. It puts a smile on my face to see this. It's goofy and funny and reminds me of a time when music wasn't so serious and boxed in. So, go buy the book. But anyway, so this is the Life.Love.Shirts, a collection of hardcore clothing book. This just came out. I believe they still have them. I know there was ones that had a different like fold-over cover that fit over this one. And they sold like shirts and stuff like that. This one's got dinged up a little bit in the mail, which kills me. But anyways, check it out. It's really cool. If you're like to nerd out like me, you would love this. But that's all I got for tonight. I got way more stuff to show, so I have enough stuff for videos for another week or two. I got some stuff for Christmas. But that's all I got tonight. Thanks for watching. Share, tell a friend, hang out. It's going to snow tomorrow, and I'm pissed about it. Good night.